G'day folks, ZiggyD here. I wanted to tell you about some quality of life that has been added to Distilled Emotions that is incredible. It blew my mind when I discovered it for the first time yesterday. Don't know if it was added in this patch or beforehand, but either way, if you don't know, Distilled Emotions allow you to instill a notable, which is one of the actual major passives on the passive skill tree, onto an amulet, and it's something that you should do on every character, and getting basic ones is actually really cheap. On the currency exchange, you can go to Delirium and buy like 10 of the cheapest ones for 1 Exalt. And don't forget as well that if we do this, you can actually go to the Reforging bench and do 3 to 1, where it takes any stack of 3 and turns them into 1 of the next tier. So with the ones that you find, and if you buy some of the cheaper ones, you can get a decent variety of at least the first few colors, which is enough to add a fair range of good notables to your build. Now, you probably knew that you could hold Alt over any notable and see which emotions you need listed here. There's the name down below and the colors up here for reference. So that's good if you're looking for a specific notable, but there are situations, especially early league, and especially with the way that it's been worked into the campaign now, where you might get a handful of mixed random emotions, and you just want to know what you can do with what you have available. Like, what's the best notables you can equip, or what can you even equip? Previously, the only way to do that, to anoint this amulet here, for example, would be to just kind of randomly see what you get. And with many combinations not working, and that being a nightmare to track, that's pretty difficult. Thankfully now they've added this feature where you can click View Notables, this new button over here, and it actually types in can instill up into the top right here. And this function looks at what's in your current inventory, these ones here, and actually just highlights any notable that you can allocate. So you can look at, look through these and just find kind of what's relevant for your build. So some good things to look for basically any builds that are actually pretty cheap is things like Siphon. This gives you recovery mana on kill, which basically solves your mana problems for pack clearing. So if you're running out of mana while running around blowing up monsters, that's a basic straight up solution. Taste for Blood is a similar thing for life recovery. So if you're a life build, this just keeps your life topped up when you're clearing. It's really, really powerful if you're blowing up packs to keep that life filled up as you're taking constant damage. Another thing here that's like pretty cheap from some of the early ones, 3 yellows for example, is Hunter's Talisman. So keep an eye out for these ones, but the main thing is just the fact that you can just look through these. This is such a brilliant idea, such a nice addition. I just had to make a tiny little video here just to let you know about it so that you didn't miss it. Now this next part has a minor spoiler, just very minor. I'm going to show the map of the new Act 4 campaign area if you haven't played it yet, so just a heads up on that. But I won't spoil too much. Basically, if you go to this island here, Kedge Bay, there is a quest line that does result in you getting a bunch of distilled emotions during the campaign. So you'll actually run into that as part of the campaign. So if you want to get an anointment particularly quickly, since Act 4 is a sandbox and you can do things in basically any order, you could go here first. And potentially if you go to Whakapanu Island here as well, you'll unlock trading. You get Ange to be able to do currency exchange so you can buy more distilled emotions. So that'll get you anointing an amulet early if there's something build critical that you really wanted to get. There's some pretty good utility even at the lower tiers here. Like for example, like if you're a stun build and you don't currently have an easy source of daze, then getting something like this is amazing. Just dazing all of the time, constantly, from regular hits. Anyway, brilliant change, GGG. I don't know why they didn't like promote this. Maybe it snuck by sometime late in last league or something, because I didn't see it in the patch notes when I looked. It's so fun, especially with the all the new nodes added to the tree to like look through these. It's easy to lose some minutes just kind of browsing all of the options here. I guess the next tip would be just make a decision. Ooh, blind effect. Oh man, efficient killing is such good mana solve for grenades. Oof.